up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for Micro Mini. Well, no, not that. It's a Pull Up a Chair podcast.
It's a Pull Up a Chair podcast.
Allow me to tell you that you are actually joining us for a Pull Up a Chair podcast. Not a Micro Mini, but a Pull Up a Chair. And
It's been a while since we've done a Micro Mini, but we've been busy.
And, of course, you're hearing the voice of my good friend and co-host.
So this is Eric.
And Eric, welcome back.
Thank you.
Had a man. You were gone for a long time. I missed you, buddy. I missed you.
I appreciate it. I mean, I had a great time sitting at my house and going to work and doing all the things I normally do. It was awesome. Well, when I was busy doing all the stuff I'd normally do with no change to my life whatsoever, what were you doing?
Well, my friend. Well, you know what? Let me. Before we begin, we'll get to all that here in a second. We got a lot to talk about to kind of catch everybody up. But on today's show, we've got a very special guest. We're going to try to get to him. If we don't, it's okay. Keanu Reeves is on the show.
Oh, nice.
We landed an interview with the man because we talk about John Wick so much. But, I mean, we got a lot to get through to get to him.
Hope we get to him today. We'll see.
We will. All right. So, Eric, you asked me what I was doing. Well, my friend, I'm going to give you a little hint. You were there.
Mm-hmm. That all-you-can-eat breakfast challenge.
Yes,
you destroyed it.
I did.
I was honored to be there.
For the next week and a half, I had stomach problems, so that's why I haven't been on. It would have been a very different show.
Well, I know. I ran to Sam's and bought you the jumbo toilet paper roll and twice. I mean, so I know you.
You also got
busy.
me that heavy duty plunger. I appreciate it. That thing was a lifesaver.
and there's that huge case of Drano.
Yes. That also lifesaver.
It was delicious.
It was really cleared me out. I appreciate that. Doctors say I should be up and mobile in a few months, maybe years,
maybe
if I get so lucky. Well, my friend, no, in all seriousness, I'm a little heavier on the left side of my body here, a couple ounces heavier.
I don't even think it's an ounce.
I don't know. Well, that's true. It's probably not even an ounce. Anyway, it's a little offset.
Well, you're more balanced.
I did.
They match.
I have this mental health ring on the right hand, but on the left hand, I have this wedding ring.
Yep.
Where I married the lovely and talented Casey.
Yep. You're right.
Well, I got to make sure. I had to make sure I was on. I'm sorry, people. Well, you know what, Eric? I'm not sorry. I have been out for a little while. People are just going to have to deal with that. I'm a little unsure about myself on this thing anymore. Great. This microphone, I don't even know. I'm not even the same person anymore. Lots changed.
So what's your new last name?
My new last name is Cole. Which coincidentally is the same last name I had before. I
didn't know that was her last name.
I know. It was a strange coincidence. It was like it was meant to be. You know, this whole romance has been like a Disney movie.
I'm sure. Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah. Cinderella.
Which one are you?
Well, I was Cinderella. In Cinderella, the Prince Charming and Cinderella had the same last name. That's how they got together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I mean, I have a deep understanding of fairy tales and things like that, so
it's over my head.
You can take it from me. That's how they got together.
That same
they were standing in line. They just happened to strike up a conversation because they were one right after. They put in alphabetical order.
That was my favorite movie.
Yeah,
that was a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're looking at. But no, the wedding was.
It was great. I was
nice.
there. I was glad I was standing because it was quite packed.
It was. We didn't have a large venue, but that was kind of on purpose. It
was packed too.
It could hold 100, and
it had 110.
Yeah. Well, we didn't actually have all 110, but I mean, it was definitely packed. I mean, it was. I appreciate my good friend Eric standing by me.
Well, yeah, 2 people down.
Yeah.
We went up to stand in order, and people were just like, "Who goes first?" I was like, Shane. You're first, man.
Yeah, Shane being my brother, he was obviously the best man.
Ryan, you go next. You've known him the next longest. I was like, then Doyle was like, I'll be in the back. I was like, okay, man.
Doyle, one of my good friends, he kind of my mentor for many years. He was there. He was kind of the last one because he was also our DJ,
Which is great. Which he didn't even know he was going to be the music man.
No, but if anybody in that group could be the music man, it was Doyle.
Flawless. He did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, and just it was a good. I'll be honest, don't remember much about the ceremony.
That's normal. You did great.
I did? Okay.
You did great. Casey was funny. She's pretty light-hearted and just like, hey, just takes. And so she was funny. She made jokes. I don't know if you probably don't remember. She joked around a little bit.
I remember a little bit of jokes because when I do remember something, he said something about it. It's not dependent on her cooking, and she looked at me and goes, "Sorry about my cooking," which honestly, few days, just a week and a half of marriage, really. Or 2.5 weeks of marriage here, I guess.
Yeah.
She's a good cook.
Yeah, she was just being humble.
Well, yeah, no, she told me all throughout our dating life and things like that, like I'm not the best cook and things like that. So I was kind of, you kind of prepare yourself. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it was like she cooked something. I was like, you're a very good cook. Like you lied to me.
You lied to me. What'd she cook you?
Well, she has made a really good chicken stir fry.
Okay.
She made some tilapia the other day that was delicious. Some lemon pepper tilapia that was really, really good. It had some rice and stuff with it.
I gotcha.
Honestly, that's the two meals so far that we've made. I mean, other times we've been eating out. We did some on the honeymoon. We went to New Mexico, Santa Fe. Mm-hmm. A lot of fun.
We had a great time. I mean, I wasn't.
Oh no, not you. Me and Casey. You were not invited, sir. This was more of a, special retreat for
me and a couple of guys, like Aaron. We thought about just tagging along anyway.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
I was like, hey, we just drop Aaron off. Go up to Utah, drop him off on the way.
That's true. You could have. You guys could have made a round trip, hit Nevada, dropped Brad off.
Yep.
It would have been great. Those guys hung around with my dad for a couple days afterwards.
Yeah.
They shout out to my buddy Aaron for pulling one over on Dad. Dad normally likes to pay for things.
He does. He's very passionate about
it. Not prideful.
Not passionate. He wants to be the one. If you start reaching for your wallet,
he pulls a knife.
You're gonna. Yeah.
He's had that knife for a long time. It stabbed many a man.
It's like up in your throat immediately.
It is.
He's like,
it is.
Bring your hand back forward. And you're like, I don't have a gun or anything. He goes, you're going for your wallet.
But I found out Aaron paid for the entire meal.
Oh, did he? Oh, Aaron's my hero.
Aaron acted like he had to go to the bathroom, caught the waitress, paid for the entire bill.
Yes.
And then when he gave her her car or his card, she went and ran it, and then when he came back and sat down, she brought the bill to him, and Dad was trying to figure out what in the world was happening. And so
that is so good. So my new goal in life is anytime I go with your dad, I'm going to sneak paying the bill.
It's a worthy goal, my friend.
I mean, it's going to be, man, I cannot wait.
And if you pull it off more than once, it'll be hats off. Because the thing is, Dad is already on the hunt for Aaron next time. He's already said this.
Oh, I know he has.
He has already said that next time that Aaron comes to town or he goes to Utah or next time we see Aaron, he said he's going to be looking out for him. That's all he said. Which, Aaron, I know you listen to this. This is just a warning from a friend. Run.
Stay in Utah for a little bit.
Yeah, run fast, run far. He's probably going to be coming for you soon. No, I mean,
that was great. Oh, man, your dad, I love riling your dad up. He's so much fun.
Oh, he is. Dad's a lighthearted soul. And
well, Casey's lighthearted. Your dad is, I love your dad. Your dad's a great guy. I've known him, 15 years or more than 15 years.
Yeah.
And I've talked to him the past 5. I mean, that's...
And you took a trip with him, actually, out to Nevada.
That whole trip, there was not a lot of talking going on. Sat beside him on the plane, rode in the car with him for 3 hours to get to your place. And then, then we drove and then we ate. And I mean, there was more talking once you got around, but...
Well, I still believe that like you guys got to my house and you got out the other side of the vehicle and my dad like looked over and he's like, Eric, when did you get here?
Exactly.
Like, I still believe he was a little shocked that you were
Like, didn't even notice you.
like, really? You were in the car with me for that long?
Yeah. I mean, your dad's a good guy, but man, he's a very.
He's a
if you don't know him, he seems very intimidating.
Yeah, well, he's a very stoic figure.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, and I've told you this, like, Dad has with my nieces and nephew, his grandchildren, he has loosened up a lot, and there are sides of my dad that will come out every once in a while. I'm like, who are you? Like, 38 years of life. Who is this? Because he'll make jokes. He's got jokes now.
This guy, he garnered a few over his years of stoicism. I was sitting at your wedding at the reception. Most people had left, so not many around. Your dad was talking to Casey's dad, and I was just sitting there, just minding my own business, just kind of biding time. And he looks at me and goes, "What are you doing? Making trouble? What's your problem?" Like, I was like, I'm just watching you, Ron. You're my hero. That's all I said.
Is that all you said?
Yeah, I was like, I idolize you. I'm just trying to get down that Ron Cole attitude, you know?
And how did that go over?
He just chuckled and laughed and kind of went about his business. He was,
I'm shocked he didn't look at you and go, "Well, you chose wisely.
yeah.
You chose a good role model. Like, Eric, this is the best decision you've ever made."
Caught me off guard. He started talking to me out of the middle of nowhere.
Well, I mean, he probably would have looked at you and been like, he's like, normally I wouldn't think you were smart enough to choose me as your hero, but I can actually see this is the smartest decision you've ever made. You're going places, kid.
He looks over and says, "Eric, when did you get here?"
Yeah. He's like, "Eric, you've been here?"
I was like, I was standing. I was like the third. Nah, you weren't up there.
Yeah, like I didn't notice. Like, yeah, my dad, he's a real caring soul. No, I mean, it was a fun wedding.
It was a fun wedding. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Had a good reception too.
Well, it was well, and the rehearsal dinner was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good to just, honestly, part of the fun was watching all of my, closest friends kind of interact. Cause my buddy Aaron, like you mentioned, he's from Utah. And so him getting to fly in was incredible.
I'm glad he could I'm glad they let him out of jail.
Well,
I know he's serving some time.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they allowed a release as long as he came back within a time period.
Right. I mean, he had the ankle bracelet
Yeah. I mean,
on.
it was kind of weird when they had like a cop around him all the time.
Right.
But he just kind of blended in.
That SWAT team member hanging from the rafters, just ready to pounce.
Yeah.
That was a little awkward.
There's always a dot on him somewhere.
Right. He, anytime you looked up at the SWAT team member, he just put his finger in front of his face. And like, so you had to like stare, like you didn't look at him. He didn't like being looked at. So,
No, it was fun. Aaron's a good guy. Scott's a good dude.
Brad it was good to hang out with Brad. Aaron, I didn't get to hang out with very much because he kind of flew in that night. And
yeah, well, he got to hang out with your dad.
Yeah.
That's the better thing, right?
Well, he got to pull one over on my dad.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, hey.
Well, see, that's also been kind of an ongoing battle between the two of them. When Dad has come to Utah, he has paid for Aaron's stuff before, and Aaron's tried to...
Oh, really?
He's told me before.
So he had a vendetta.
Well, yeah. This was premeditated, probably planned for years.
Where were they eating at?
They actually went to a little restaurant
Whataburger.
Yeah, well, no, it ended up being Whataburger. They went to a little place called El Chico's.
Which one? In Norman? Okay.
Yeah. The good one.
I didn't know there was one. That's
yeah. I enjoy it's obviously with El Chico being the name, people can know it's a Mexican food restaurant, but I mean it's pretty
not
good.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad Mexican food. That's a heck of a sales line, like El Chico's. Not bad Mexican food.
Not bad.
Not bad for Mexican.
Well, we talked about Whataburger a lot. Was it your dad's favorite place?
No.
What was with that?
Aaron. So, if you've ever been to Utah, Salt Lake City area, there is not a Whataburger. Same thing in Nevada. Whataburger's not big out there. So, Aaron apparently, when he got a car when he was here and he was driving in, he saw Whataburger. And he just had a craving for a Whataburger. And so it was brought up that night, and my dad overheard it, and he's like, oh, well, yeah, I'll hang out with these guys. And because
we'll go to Whataburger.
Here's the reason my dad wanted to hang out with them and be their
chaperone.
Their chaperone is because there was a kind of a after the reception and the wedding, there was a bigger get together, and dad was tired, and he was looking for kind of a way to exit gracefully.
Okay, the family one.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Aaron mentioned it, and I go, I'm not going to that. I'm not invited to that. It's a family thing.
Buddy, you could have gone.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I
meet a lot of family that even I haven't seen in a long time, which I do love them. It's just they live in Texas. We live here. It was good to see them. Here's the thing. I almost cried twice during the wedding. Once is when during the wedding, she was getting ready up there.
Yeah, there's
like an old bell tower.
Old bell, yeah, and it has stairs going down, and it has like a curtain, so it has a place for her to get ready.
When the curtains split and I saw her, that was when I almost cried. But
she looked lovely.
She did look very beautiful.
I would say more of it. It's inappropriate.
Took my breath away.
Aw, that's so nice.
But actually right before that, my Aunt Sharon had come in.
Okay.
My mom's sister.
Okay.
And
she reminds you of your mom?
She did.
Yeah, my aunt does that to me. I saw my aunt this weekend. I'm like, man, you sound like my mom. You kind of look like her a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, my mom's mom passed away. Like, this is actually my mom's stepsister.
Oh, really?
But it was one of those situations where mom's mom passed away shortly after she was born.
Okay.
And then my granddad remarried, and they had my aunt.
So she's younger.
Yeah, she's younger. But I mean, they still kind of favor each other.
Yeah.
And it kind of just hit me whenever she was escorted in and kind of brought to the kind of, one of the side areas up front. Mm-hmm. And it choked me up a little bit because it made me think of mom, made me wish that she was there, and
I bet,
and that sort of thing. Because I've often told Casey, and I still believe it. I think Casey and mom would have got along smashingly.
Well, your mom was so nice. I don't see how she didn't like. I mean, she was so nice.
She
got along with everybody.
She did.
But I think her and I see a lot of similarities between Casey and your mom. Just their kindness and
right.
Their very gentle spirits.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and there's some things that there's some things about Casey, like mom had an artistic side, and
mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm finding things you learn more about the longer you live. But Casey has a really kind of artistic side to her, and and I don't know. There's just some things that I'm like, you two would have got along great. Now, like you said, mom got along with everybody. She got along with my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law and everybody. But
you think they would have had a little bit of a special bond?
Well, I think they just would have had. I think Casey loves my dad, loves spending time with my dad, and I think she would have loved spending time with my mom.
Well, that's great.
So I mean, it's those things that anybody that's lost someone like we have. I mean, you have those moments where you're just like, not really regret, just kind of longing to have them there, one, for a big event, but two, to kind of like...
You just miss them.
Yeah, you do. And so, seeing my Aunt Sharon just kind of come up, I mean, it just gave me kind of a flash of mom for a second, and it kind of got that frog in my throat.
I gotcha.
And so it was really good to see my cousins.
That's great.
I haven't seen them in years, and so it was really good to see them. And then, of course, the wedding was beautiful. Everybody says it was, so I'm going to take the word on it. And
it was very
I was
nice.
kind of dead focus on the person
on
in
your
front
job.
Yeah, on the person in front of me. I had to really focus to say I do. I take her.
Yep.
So-
I say as an attendant and in the wedding also, thank you for not having a 3 hour or 2 hour wedding. I think it was at most half an hour. At most.
Actually, my dad timed it.
I love your dad. He timed it.
He timed
He's like,
it
this song should start now.
because he had a wedding that he was forced to go to by just some.
Oh, he was doing it to show. I was like, this is how long a wedding should be.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Were they there?
Apparently they were supposed to be there, or some relative was there from it, but he was forced to go, kind of a trade off for them coming here. And he told me, he's like, yeah, they had like a 25-minute service, and then he told me later, he's like, you guys broke the record. He's like, it was like, I'll have to ask him. He said it was like something like 21 minutes or something like that.
It was great.
It wasn't long at all. I mean,
It was really nice though. It was really
Yeah.
good. I mean, you had your buddy. Brad did it.
Mm-hmm.
Scott did a little segment. Your pastor,
right. He did the Lord's Supper part.
the Lord's Supper part, which was really good.
Yeah.
And so no, it was really good. I don't think it didn't feel rushed.
Mm-mm.
It felt very like smooth, and everything just went off. I mean, that's probably all more due to the DJ, Mr.
Well,
Doyle.
yeah.
I mean, that's probably what really set it off.
DJ Doyle Fresh really brought the beats and really set the tone for the pace of the wedding. The songs that he picked were all remixes.
You did Vitamin C there, right? Was it what is the name of the orchestra?
Yeah, we did was it the Vitamin C Orchestra? Yeah, I think it was Vitamin C Orchestra. But yeah, that's the one we went with, the one that does kind of covers of
That's Vitamin C, I believe.
different songs. Of course, we walked out to the Turtles, me and you and you and me. Yeah. We walked out to that one because that's one of Casey's favorite. Of course, that brings back memories to me of Ernest Goes to Camp.
I haven't thought about it. That's the one where there's a song about him crying in the rain.
Yes.
I remember that one. And what is the villain? It's that someone trying to close the camp.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean,
That's always that.
It was your classic like 80s camp plot.
What is? Well, he also had the one with the monsters.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Is that's it?
Yeah. Hang on. Me and my.
It's like, let's get into this Ernest movie track.
We're going Ernest. This leads.
Just do Ernest movies and see what you come up with.
I will, but buddy, this will lead into
what are you looking at?
buddy, Jim Varney.
Yeah, Jim Varney.
Jim
Is
Varney.
He still around, or he passed
No,
away?
he passed away back in, I want to say like 2000 or something like that. Yeah, 2000. At the age of 50, buddy, this man.
Oh, he was young.
So, do you remember where Ernest P. Worrell came from?
All right. Well, hold on. I want to look at that. I pulled some
Don't
stuff
look.
up. I'm not looking. All right. This feels like something I should know. Hold on. He was I'm going to this off memory. Don't know if I'm right, but it feels like he was a character on another show. I feel like that, but I'm going to go with that. So he was a character on another show, and he got his own, like maybe a movie or something. But he was a character off something else. But what was it? I give up.
No, actually,
Okay.
he was. So he started off as a commercial character.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how he kind of started off. In 1980, the first commercial featuring Varney as Ernest advertised an appearance by the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders at Beach Bend Park, an amusement park located near Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now, the thing you and I might remember him from was the Brahms commercials. He was a spokesman for Brahms for years. Now, a lot of people may not know what Brahms is. It's an ice cream place that's kind of here in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
And-
I think it's in Texas. Some in Texas, some up in Kansas, maybe some Arkansas. I don't know where Brahms is at.
but he was just kind of this he's just kind of this character that,
He's Slinky Dog.
well, he was Slinky Dog.
Slinky
yeah.
Dog on Toy Story. I forgot that he was Slinky Dog.
He was also Pa on Beverly Hillbillies, the movie.
Yes, he was.
So,
Yes, he was.
but do you let's see here. Do you know what Ernest P. Worrell's first movie was?
Hold on, I'm looking at IMDb right now. Close my eyes. Like, is it an Ernest movie?
Well, try. Yeah, it's a Hey Vern. You remember that he'd often say Hey Vern.
Hey Vern. Yeah. Now what is it?
It is know what I mean. Hey Vern. It's my family album.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one.
I haven't either. It was way back in 1983. It's just a kind of a collection of comedy shorts. I mean, his first big movie, of course, was Ernest Goes to Camp. But I mean, he just kind of did some little short skit type movies where it's just a bunch of skits. But I mean, Ernest made a ton of movies. You ready for our list of Ernest movies?
Yeah, shoot them out.
Okay, here we go. Minus the ones where it's like supposed to be short skits. You had Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yeah.
Hey Vern Winton. That was just kind of a short deal. You had Ernest Saves Christmas.
All right, yeah, I've seen that one once.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Okay.
Ernest Scared Stupid, 1991. Ernest Rides Again, 1993. Ernest Goes to School, 1994. 95, Ernest took some time off. 96, he took some time off. 97, he came back going to Africa.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Then in 98, and this one should make everyone feel safe, Ernest joined the Army.
I think I remember seeing that one. That was the year I graduated high school.
And then he kind of Ernest didn't do much after
that.
He
only lived a few more years.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
He died pretty young.
Yeah, what did he pass of?
I don't know. See, his last movie was Atlantis, the Lost Empire, the video game.
Okay. Well, he had lung cancer.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he smoked.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah,
let's see here.
They talked about that quite often, that he was a heavy smoker.
I'm just kind of looking through. He was the villain in Three Ninjas, I believe. High Noon at Mega Mountain. You missed Ernest Goes to Splash Mountain. I think that's a made-for-TV movie.
I think, well, that one was probably made for, wasn't Splash Mountain was like a real attraction, so it had to be.
It's a TV movie.
Oh,
I don't know how
TV
long
movie?
it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that'd be more like of a commercial. Oh, wait. I did miss a bunch. Okay, so all those were, like actual, I guess, long form movies. But man, yeah, you are correct. There are quite a few Ernest P. Worrell endeavors that were out there that I missed that were just on television.
Yeah, there's quite a... I remember he was on TV all the time. And his movies were always coming out. Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. He was in everything. You had a new Ernest movie every year. I remember that's one of the things was I'd wait for Ernest movies to come out, and then we'd go rent them, at the movie theater, at the video theater. Theater. What is the place? Blockbuster-like place.
Yeah, well...
But cheaper, because it's just one off in my hometown.
Redbox.
No. It's just video store.
Okay. I don't know what kind of...
I don't know, just normal video store.
Blockbuster was like the big one. I don't remember any
Mine
of
was
the
like
off ones.
Family Video. It's not Family Video, because that's another one. I don't know what the one in my hometown used to be called.
Yeah.
It's one of those little mom
we had family... I mean, we had kind of those. We had like a Rick's Video and things like that.
Yeah, it was like always... that.
But, I mean, he made a lot of money. I love how we went from my wedding to talking about Ernest.
It seemed very natural.
All because of the song. But it's amazing how Jim Varney made quite a career out of just this...
One character?
One character, yes.
Very... Well, I mean, yeah. Well, in the one in Camp, he cries. I mean, he was... not that deep of a character, but...
He cried in Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest Goes to Jail is okay, not that any of them are, just Oscar performances, but I mean, Ernest Goes to Jail was just a really weird movie too. So I'm looking at a picture of him here on his Wikipedia page. What is the movie The Expert? Jim Varney and The Expert, 1995. What was this? His name was Snake.
I have no idea. 1995.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to read
Okay.
I'm going to read the summation of this movie according to Wikipedia. You ready for this?
I'm holding my breath.
All right. This is Jim Varney as Snake. He wasn't even the main character. There was Jeff Speakman as John Lomax. Anyway, here's the deal. John Lomax is an ex-Special Forces trainer whose sister is attacked and murdered by a serial killer, Martin Kagan. Kagan represents himself at trial, calling in testimony from Dr. Alice Barnes that the murders were committed by Martin Meerman,
What a name.
one of Martin Kagan's other personalities. He is nevertheless sentenced to electrocution. John Lomax breaks into prison, where Kagan is being held to seek his own justice at the same time that Kagan is conducting a prison break of his own. Coming 1995 summer, The Expert. It actually had James Brolin in it too.
I was like, so yeah, I was looking at the Jeff Speakman, James Brolin. Let's see if there's any other names.
Who is the father, by the way, of Josh Brolin, Thanos, and Cable? And
yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I guess he got tired of funny stuff and wanted to do something a little more serious. I don't know. Okay, so I went to Rotten Tomatoes. Don't look up, so I got it up. Only two of the Ernest movies have a score on them.
Okay, I got my eyes closed.
Well, you can't. Yeah, I scrolled so you can't see them.
Okay.
So Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Goes to Jail both have scores on them. Go to Africa, Ernest Goes to School, and Splash Mountain have no score. What do you think the score is on Ernest Goes to Camp?
Ernest Goes to Camp was actually, I'm going to go with a 7. Cause,
A 7?
Yeah, it was a 7 out of 10.
Oh, no. Give me out of 100. So
70. I'll go with 70. I'll go with a safe 70. Because it was, if I remember correctly, at the time, it was pretty well received.
Okay.
And now, are you looking at, is this the audience score or the critic score?
I don't know. We're just going, this is the one I could look at both at the same time.
Okay. So,
let me see if it says. It doesn't say. We'll go in more depth after you answer.
Okay, that'll work. I am going to say a 70, and Ernest Goes to Jail, I'm going to go with 55.
All right. Well, I want to say you're not too bad, not too shabby. Ernest Goes to Camp, 62.
Oh,
so it's not fresh, but it's still tomato.
I got you.
Ernest Goes to Jail, 13.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I could see how that could be. I was trying to be nice, but I could see how that could be.
It looks like these were tomato meters. So this was the a critic. So the audience gave Ernest Goes to Jail 47 and a 13 by the critics, and for Ernest Goes to Jail, and for Ernest Goes to Camp, what do we have here? I got a 62 for the critics and a 50 for an audience, which is not a good enough. That's still the
wow.
The
audiences panned it. Oh man, at the time it was a classic for every kid.
It's a good movie.
Now, which is sad because honestly, in my opinion, for my money, Ernest Saves Christmas is the stronger piece. It was
That's not even in this list.
Oh man, that was to me, to young Nick, that was a great movie. Of course, Elf was largely based off Ernest Saves Christmas.
Okay, I don't know why it didn't come up earlier. Here it is. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Because it's such a strong movie. 38%. That hurts.
38%.
41% audience.
We should, me and you, this is we'll make this our Christmas movie. This is
yes.
So how about this Christmas, you and I, Casey and whoever, we'll get a group together and we'll all watch Ernest Saves Christmas.
Dang right we will.
We'll do that.
You know what? We'll watch every Ernest movie out there. We will be brain numb by the time this is over. You know what, Ernest? Get this straight. Eric will meet you in the streets. He will fight you
I will fight
for
your
Christmas. He will. Wow.
Well, I mean, he's dead.
You know what? Here's a question. We're rebooting everything else. When's Ernest P. World going to be rebooted?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm assuming it's much harder to reboot a franchise that hinged so heavily on a single character. There's really no other characters that go from movie to movie or TV show to TV show. It's just him. And it's always a brand new bunch of people.
Well, there actually was in the works. I don't know if it's still there. Back in 2012, there was talk of Son of Ernest.
Ooh, that wouldn't be bad.
A reboot sequel to the Ernest comedy film series. They never, by the way, the people who own this series of movies, by the way, is Ruckus Films. Yeah, see, Ruckus Films. But a major studio, a major player in Hollywood.
Let's
Ruckus
see what
Films.
else Ruckus owns.
Oh,
Let's follow this rabbit trail just a little bit more.
I am guessing they also own things like, what was that other movie where he played Snake that I just read? The
Expert?
Expert, yeah. They probably own The Expert.
They have a Twitter handle.
At Ruckus Films.
Ruckus Films. Since 1977. They've been around a long time.
Wow.
Oh, here's their website. See, they got 195 tweets, 90 followers. Oh, following 90, 216 followers and 4 likes. Their last tweet was on March of 2015.
Now, I'm going to ask a question, Eric, and this is going to be a hard question because, I mean, like you said, it's hard to replace a man like that. But, I mean, there's been questions about a rebooted, like, Indiana Jones. Who do you get to playing?
Just don't do it.
Who, if you had to, who do you get to play Son of Ernest? Who do you reboot in the modern context?
For Son of Ernest?
Yeah.
Who is a good...
I mean, you got people like Chris Pratt out there, Chris Hemsworth.
No. You don't need any of the Chris's. No, Ernest needs to be a B or C actor. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of go with that theme. I mean, Jim Varney was a commercial actor. That's where he came from. So do something like that. Ross. Oh, I know a guy.
You want to go with Ross from Friends?
No. What's his name? Let's see if I'm friends with him on Facebook. I might be friends with this guy. Facebook. Ross is his last name. I can't think of his first name.
I'm going to be honest. What you're describing could be any of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger actors. Is that what I'm getting from you?
No. Well, I mean, no. I'll show you the kid I'm thinking of. I say kid. He's my age, I think. I'm a little older. He's on the news station. News OK, I think. Morning.
On the news station?
He's not a newscaster. I mean, he's on there, but it's not the Morning Bell, is it? No, I don't know what that is.
Well, see, I'm trying to think. I don't know who would be a good replacement for Jim Varney. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know that you could. I mean, they're putting The Rock in everything. Could you see The Rock as...
Oh, yeah, I could see The Rock. Okay.
Could you see him as Jim Varney? As The Rock playing Jim Varney playing Ernest P. Worrell. Can you picture this?
No, I can't. Oh, ruckusfilms.com. It's just a blank page. Oh, I gotta open DNS error now.
Well, I mean, if you're wanting to be actors, Will Smith, I mean, he's not doing much recently.
He really isn't doing much, but do you see him as a Jim Varney?
Buddy, I think he could pull it off. I don't see him as the genie on Aladdin either, but that's happening, so.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, buddy.
I didn't know there. Is it the live act? Is it live
oh
action?
Yeah, it's the live action Aladdin deal. He's the genie. He's Robin Williams. Because if anybody can replace Robin Williams, it's Will Smith.
It's Will Smith.
Yeah,
I like that.
He's already come out and said many times he's not going to imitate Robin Williams, which is probably a good idea.
Okay. Well, that's what you want to. You don't want to imitate that.
You know what?
I mean, he was great. I mean, don't get me wrong. Robin Williams is an amazing actor.
Will, if you're listening to this,
we know he listens.
Don't imitate Robin Williams.
Keanu, just sit down. You're good over
imitate
there.
Our guest, Keanu Reeves. He thought that was his lead in. He
wanted
Keanu,
to come in.
We're getting to you. Just settle down. But my friend, I'm really still trying to figure out how we got off on, besides the song, how did this lead into Jim Varney? How did we go down this rabbit trail of Jim Varney goodness, Ernest goodness? This discussion, by the way, did happen between me and my brother at a meal, talking about, Ernest movies and that sort of thing, and it got Ryan in on it. And now you're here, my friend. You are here discussing Ernest with me.
So okay, what I'm hearing is you used your wedding to lead a discussion into talking about Jim Varney and Ernest.
Yes.
Brilliant.
It was the only reason to get married. No, I'm just kidding. I truly do love her, but it was a happy accident. I'll say that.
I love it. I mean, I think it's a great idea. Man, I wish I could think of his name's on the tip of my tongue. There's a kid that's on
Boy Meets World.
No. He's on commercials around here. You ever look at Goodwill? Oh, he's like a Goodwill. So you ever go to Goodwill in this area? He's on one of their signs too. So he's been a local kind of like commercial and person for a bunch of stuff, and I didn't know if he'd be on the Goodwill site.
Buddy,
I don't see him.
Somebody has made a Ernest P. Worrell. Looks
What
like
is that?
That's him in video game form.
But is that like from a video game?
No, I don't know what this is from. It says just fandom. It looks like somebody has made something that is, or did he show up in a commercial as
This guy right here, Lucas Ross. He could do it.
Actually, he could. I'm looking at him. You are very correct.
So Lucas Ross is a local actor. I've met his family. His dad at one point owned a honey factory here out of a small town, one of the largest honey factories in Oklahoma, I think, and which wasn't saying much. But yeah, he could be he plays a banjo. His hero is Steve Martin, if I remember right. He's a great guy, and he is I don't know what he's doing now. He's done commercials for the Banjo Hall of Fame because he plays banjo, and he does a bunch of stuff. I'm just trying to go here and see what he's been doing. But this guy, I think he could do it. So I said, oh look, he had a show called Two Movie Guys. I watched a little bit of that. Lazy Circles, I don't know what that is. No Burgers for Bigfoot. He's in like little bitty productions and commercials from the area.
Buddy, I want to let you know of some of the things that we were robbed of by Jim Varney's death. In 1996, Ernest films were said to be in development.
In 96?
In 1990, there were 6 movies.
Oh, wow.
That are apparently being in development. There was one called Ernest Spaced Out.
Okay.
That was in development. It was going to be, according to a man by the name of Coke Sam's, he says, I believe that there was kind of a Lost in Space epic. It seems like there were astronauts and maybe a space capsule.
Okay.
Then there was a script that had been written for Ernest and the Voodoo Curse. Sam's again likened it to like a Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein type movie. And he said it was also like the idiot version of Raiders in the Lost Ark. I mean, these are things that could have been made. Ernest the Pirate. I mean, I really feel like we were robbed. I mean, that's the end of the ones that have been talked about, but I really feel like we've been robbed.
You know what? We deserve more, Ernest, is what I'm hearing. I hear it's our heart's cry that a new rebirth of the Ernest franchise needs to erupt into this world.
It does. It does. Do you know what his son was going to be called?
Oh, okay. We got Ernest. So Elmer.
No, Ernie P. Worrell.
Ernie P. Worrell.
Yeah. Yeah, but I heard Sesame Street stopped them.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I kind of sounds right.
So, I mean, my friend, and I can't find anything about that, him being on a a video game or anything like that. I don't know what that picture's from. If anybody out there knows their Ernest P. Worrell and knows where that weird digital image is from, please let us know at ernest@gmail.com. Just let us. We are ernestpworrell@gmail.com, so we know
that
where,
is us. That's our secret email.
Yeah, that's our secret email. So, we don't give that out to just anyone.
If you think you get a bounce back from that when you email it, that's what we want you to think.
We are the presidents of our own Oklahoma chapter of the Ernest P. Worrell fan club.
Hold on, Ernest P.
Buddy, I was already way ahead of you here.
Is there a fan club?
JimVarney.org. Let's see. Official tribute and fan site. Created February 2000. Final update October 10th, 2017.
That's not too bad.
Except.
Wow. This is a horrible website.
Yeah. Man. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here.
Hey, it's a classy website when they got that a hit counter on the top of the website.
And Eric, what's that hit counter at? A website that's been up since 2000,
and it's almost 20 years.
Yeah, what's that sweet number? Hit us with those digits.
328,430. Wow. Over 250,000, pushing on to that 500,000. You're doing it. You keep going. Jim Varney website, you will have it by 2025. You'll have broken that 500,000 mark.
Well, if you keep at this pace. But my friend, do you realize what we did? We were number 328,430.
Yeah.
And we brought it to an even number. Because it's just been sitting out there at 429, and we just brought it to...
We squared it up.
We did. I mean, we really brought it into the goodness that is what needs to happen. I mean, we brought a lot to it.
Let's kind of look at this website growth and see if they have it. Oh, they're not high enough ranked to be on the Alexa ranks. I think that's a mistake, Alexa.
You know what, Alexa? Eric's not afraid of you. He will punch you in your digital face. I don't care.
Is it .org? Oh, it is a .org.
Yeah.
It's a non-for-profit. It's like, oh, we're a non-for-profit organization. Who is...
Buddy?
JimVarney.org.
There is a Ernest Goes to Podcast.
Are you serious?
Podcast here. It only has 19 episodes.
When was the last one?
But I'm looking at it on Tumblr here. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It's the Ernest Fan Club. All episodes here. Let's see here. There are no dates. It does not tell me when the Ernest Fan Club last adorned the great podcast realm.
So the Jim Varney website is owned by Polka Dot Video Productions. Is that the organization? That's the organization. I don't know if that's a... See what that is. I'm just... We should have our website called The Rabbit Hole or The Rabbit Trail. And we just get on something and start going. Okay, let's get back to your wedding. You had a great time. Well, not to your wedding. Let's go after. We did a lot on your wedding. You had a great time. Fantastic
That's right.
wedding.
Casey and I went on a honeymoon, and where we watched every Ernest movie.
You trying so hard to bring it back around to Ernest,
which was a mistake because she just walks around saying, "Hey, Vern," and
what you doing, Vern?
It's like, "Hey, Vern, what you doing? Hey, Vern, hey, Vern." Like first thing I wake up, she's like looking at me and she's like, "Morning, Vern." I'm like, "Oh dear word, this was."
I made a mistake. No.
Yeah, like I think she's gotten some programming overridden or something, and it's like she is Ernest now, the female Ernest.
The female Ernest.
It's something.
It's a dream.
I love her though.
It's a dream.
That
sounds like you hit the jackpot.
Oh, I did, buddy. I did. No, I mean we had a lot of fun. We went to Santa Fe. It was a good trip. Very relaxing. Very good. Just a good old time. Really
That's
enjoyed
great.
it. You, of course, are looking up the jimvarney.org.
I can't help it. I'm listening to you. I'm wondering who is paying for this site. Every year, they're paying for this site.
Do you see this, though? It says expiration date. It has none. This website
Really?
is forever. No
see
one's paying for this.
It's up. Someone's got it's GoDaddy.
Oh, buddy, GoDaddy probably put it up there themselves.
Hey, it's GoDaddy itself. I don't know who Polka Dot Video Productions is, but that's a registrant organization.
Buddy, let's see here. It was started in 2004. It was last updated 10 years later at 2014, where whoever made this thing signed off and said goodbye.
Oh, 2014? I thought you said 2017.
Well, that's what it says on there. Is this Jim Varney? Oh, this is jimvarney.org. So you go back to who is, look up there.
Final update, 2017.
Yeah, that's what they put. But go up to, accurate count, 400,000 fans. Wowie, Jim Bob.
Site is closed. So it's closed. So it's someone's paying for it. God bless you all.
Reverend Billy D. God bless you, Reverend Billy D, for creating this website and keeping Jim Varney alive in our hearts and in our minds.
Let's see who Reverend Billy D. Okay, so you went on a vacation to Los Angeles, California.
You know what, Eric? We're obviously not interested in this. Billy D Radio.
This looks like that's the exact same.
Okay, everybody
concept
out there, I got great news. The Reverend Billy D, who runs the runs the jimvarney.org website, or used to, he has a Billy D web podcast or radio or something out there. You know what? You've got a lot of choices to go to for your Ernest P. World news, and I'm glad you came to pull up a chair because you know what? Billy D is really cornering the market on this.
I'm jealous. No, this is the same guy. Billy D. It's on GoDaddy. Uses the same DNS servers, but it didn't have a registrant. GoDaddy. Oh well. So
once again, he doesn't expire.
All right, I'm gonna research
Billy D is unexpirable. This
right.
man, this man is forever.
Blessed by God.
Blessed by God. I think he lives in that one dark part of the internet where everybody forgets about him.
Yeah, it's like,
he's like,
they're like, don't look over there.
I don't have to pay for anything.
So you went New Mexico, had a great time. You said
had a great time, very relaxing. We enjoyed, just the weather was beautiful. We kind of just enjoyed the place that we rented.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we took, plenty of sleep, plenty of rest. We had a jacuzzi. We enjoyed that. Did massage thing. It was just a really relaxing.
That's awesome.
So
you come back. You're back home now. You've been home a week and a half or two?
2 weeks now.
2 weeks
now. Or no,
now.
a week and a half. You're right.
A week and a half. And it's going well.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, we were really thrilled about coming back.
That's a lie.
It's great. I love coming back.
You love Oklahoma.
I mean, I love parts of Oklahoma. No, Casey and I we couldn't be happier. We were kind of getting the house ready and things like that. But I will admit, it was really hard to come back because it was very beautiful out there. It was really nice, very relaxing. And then you come back and you think, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Would you and Casey ever move away? I don't think is that in.
I don't know. That's something we've talked about as a possibility.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as a possibility.
Interesting.
But we don't know. We're just
not now.
We're gonna see where the circumstances of life take us.
Well, you still got schooling, and she's got to finish up her
hours.
Her hours.
So, we'll see where it goes. But we'll see where we end up. I mean, we know, where we're going. We're going to graduation, and her getting her hours done, and us being happily married.
There you
for the
go.
rest of our days.
But where you're living, who will know?
Who will know where the ebbs and flows and the waves of life will take us there?
Well, that's cool. So now this is the first podcast since the wedding.
Yeah, first podcast since the wedding.
I think it's went great. We got to talk about a great subject.
Gonna call this one will be called Ernest Goes to Marriage.
Oh.
So, you know, I don't know why I want to call it that, but since it was always Ernest Goes to, or Ernest Scared, or Ernest, I don't want to do Ernest Scared of Marriage, because that's
not very good.
No.
How about Ernest Blesses a Marriage, or Ernest?
You know what? We'll talk about it in post. We'll fix it in post.
There you go,
Eric. But you know, they may not be able to find. You know, out in this great big world, they can find a lot about Ernest. But where can they find us?
Well, you can find us at BillyDeanEnterprises.com.
we are now a subsidy of Billy D. Just in the last few minutes, he sent us an email and said, "Hey, I saw that I got a hit from you. Nobody's ever been on that site for a long time. Please let me own you."
We said sure. He goes, "I'll pay you." I'm like, with my infinite money.
Yeah. Like, I don't know anything on the internet.
In fact, he goes, "I already own your show."
Nobody knows where they can find me. So
how? So you can find us all over the internet.
We need to find this guy and invite him on the show.
You know what? He will share his incredible testimony, according to his website. So, well, you can find us all over the internet, including Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Just search for Pulpit Chair Podcast, or tweet. Our Twitter handle is at Pulpit Chair Pod. Verify that. Yeah. At Pulpit Chair Pod. Sorry, I don't look at it all the time. And
it's been a few weeks, Eric.
Yeah.
We're a little out of practice.
We are. You can also Facebook and YouTube. Just search for Pulpit Chair Podcast. You'll find us. We have our own website, which is puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. What else can you find us on? Now we are on Stitcher. We are also on Alexa. Just say on Alexa, just say play Pulpit Chair Podcast, and 50 to 25% of the time it'll work. It'll play the most current episode.
Okay, well that's good to know. Now, if you went to Alexa and you said, "Alexa, play me some Ernest P. Worrell," what do you think you'd get?
I don't know. We'll find out right after this.
You know what? We're gonna test this.
I got one. We'll do it.
Yeah, we will. And you know what, Eric? We may have to actually record this and put it at the end of this one, just for the fun of it.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
All right, well, everybody, thank you for joining us. We hope that you're excited that we're back. We are excited to be back. We're excited that you joined us, and thank you very much. And as always, have a great day. Oh, Keanu, we are very sorry.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
We'll get to him on our next episode.
We love you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.